Hello there. So I'm here and I'm ready to rock and roll. And I know yesterday I was saying that I think that I was gonna do like the color combo with the style files today, but I think I've changed my mind and I think I'm gonna go for the Faber-Castell ones on this girly because she's got so many lines, and I'm just thinking that would be really nice to pull these lovely ones out and color her with them. And I think, I'm like gonna go for like a little bit more of a sequence, like maybe these, there's like 2 yellows and 2 more orangey ones. And, I think she needs a lot of color. Then there's some red here, and there's another red here. I think I'm gonna go for, and I want to go for some pink, maybe some burgundy. Here, this seems like it's a lovely color. Magenta, it says, and then I'm gonna go for some violet and purple. I'm actually even gonna go for light violet. And then hopefully this will be a light blue, I think. It says light indigo, so a light blue. And then I'll have one of these blues. Let's see, what's this? This is called Sky Blue. Hi everyone, hi Tina, nice to see you. Nah, this one will take a long time, so I'll be here. It's a big one, an ultramarine. I think I'm going to go for the ultramarine. And I'm going to have one more blue over here that's darker. This one says Fatalo blue. Then I'm going to go into the turquoise. Turquoises. Here, there's 3. And then I'm going to go into the greens, I think. It's maybe a nice color combo. I don't know. Let's see. I'm going to have these 2 greens too. I'm going to have like a wide variety. I think she will need a lot of color. So I'm going to go with this green and then end up with this one. So I think that was the yellow green. Yes, light green. So I think this is the sequence we're going to go with today on the Queenie. So I'm ready for that. Maybe I should pick a skin color for her face, just even though that I really don't use skin colors a lot. Maybe, I don't know, let's leave her face for the time being, and then we'll see where we get when I make a decision later on, because she might be a light purple face. She might need that, We don't want to limit her towards the other weirdies. So yeah, I'm just gonna get in there. And these Faber-Castell Pit Artist brush, they are water based, so they won't bleed through, sort of like the 6. But they do have a more faded, dusty look than the 6. I really like the 6. So now we're gonna go here. She has a lot of lines, so there's a lot to work with on her. I have colored her before. I don't remember how. It was probably, rainbow sequences. No big mystery there. I always color rainbow, no? So we got this one going here. I think this is going to start here, because just from this it will develop out to the rest of her dress. And this one will start down here. This one will start here in the middle. And yeah, I don't even have my wine yet. I don't know if I will. Maybe I'll grab a glass later, but I've been really snotty all day. So I've just been sort of chilling with the snot. That's not so much fun to be snotty. And yeah, so just been kind of not really feeling to have the wine, maybe because I was like a little bit too snotty for that. So yeah, I'm gonna go with this to begin with, and then we'll just see how it works out from there. I think I didn't put on a lot. Hi Lee, nice to see you. I'm on a little bit earlier today because I know that this one will take some time. It will not be like super fast. So I thought it's better that I get started early because this is a big one with lots of coloring to do. And I thought, oh, you know, she should have the Faber-Castell ones because she might be like a slight diva. I was thinking maybe it's a good thing to use these beautiful pencils on her, the markers on her. They are really awesome. So I think we don't have often girly weirdies that are so obvious girly. So thought then, you know, she will have these. So hopefully she will be happy with that. Hi Yolanda, nice to see you and welcome to the coloring today. I don't know if you guys saw, but I made a video of all the colors so far from the first 2 weeks of Color Weirdie Day, where I sort of gathered everything that I have so far from you guys, and it's a gorgeous video, I think, with lots of beautiful colored pieces. I made it different than the last one. The last one I had put up in short video clips of me coloring and then your pictures after each drawing. This time I've divided it up under names and then put all the colors of that person afterwards, because, you know, it's boring if it's the same every time. You can also, you know, shift it up a little bit with the videos so you see something different. So yeah, I like that. So there's lots of gorgeous stuff to see there. Hi Danny, nice to see you. Sounds great, Tina. Your video, I was watching it yesterday while I was finishing up the work I had to do. It was awesome, totally awesome. You did so well, and Millie did so well too. She was so sweet. So that was really great. So yeah, I like that a lot. So we'll have to figure out when is a good time for you to guest host and try to take over the show one day, and just for fun, you know, and so we can see some other coloring and listen to somebody else than me. So, hi Beverly, nice to see you. So yeah, just moving on here, getting in there with the first colors. It's good, they're beautiful colors. Now we'll see if the sequence I chose will work out and get a bit of variety. It'll be different definitely than the other days. So, but that's also nice. Who says everything has to be the same? It doesn't. So yeah, we're gonna just be working our way through her quietly, nicely and calmly and collected, and hopefully I won't be sneezing too much. I haven't really been sneezing that much. Oh, I made pancakes today. Oh, that was lovely. It's been a long time since I made them, actually. So I always feel like making pancakes, but Victoria was so like, oh, can we have pancakes, Mom? Please, please, please. And I was like, okay. So I made pancakes, and my dad had some too. Victoria and I, we always have pancakes in the kitchen while I'm standing there making them. So we usually have the 2 first pancakes I always make with the cheese, and then afterwards we get the sweet ones. So, you know, I make the 2 first, we eat at the kitchen table, when, you know, at the counter in the kitchen. Just eat them while I'm frying up the other ones. Yeah, my cold is coming back. Totally snotty. It's probably a new cold, the one that Victoria brought home Friday, you know, Thursday, while she stayed home Friday, snotty. But she's surprisingly not snotty. So I'm afraid I will have to cut up and go to school tomorrow with her, even though that I am totally snotty. But it doesn't matter, you know, get done. But I did, I could feel it today, you know, like a little bit. And I fell asleep, which, you know, again, I did fall asleep on the sofa, so that was good. I had a good rest. I just woke up like half an hour ago. And I think I've been sleeping there for like 2 hours, so that was a very good extra little rest. But of course, that's probably because I'm a little bit snotty that I fell asleep. Because normally I would have been sitting drawing there, but I just, you know, I couldn't stay awake, so I'm probably under the weather, as they call it. Also, I didn't feel like going outside today at all. So yeah, but that's the way it is in the winter season with me anyway, so I'm not really complaining. I'm used to it, so it's just a fact of fact of life. So yeah, they're very pretty. They're very sturdy. The tips, very beautiful tips actually. I don't know if you can see them. It's a very beautiful tip. It's very clean. It's very. They're just very, very beautiful pencils. The design of the case, the marker itself, everything. Faber-Castell is a beautiful, beautiful design, and I enjoy that a lot. So yeah, I do think that it's a very nice brand, but you also pay for that brand. I think they've been brand since 1716, so it's a really old brand that has spent years and years in developing their formulas and everything. So it's a very very good company that makes a big range of quality art materials. So yeah, you can buy yourself poor in their materials for sure. That is a given. And there's an alarm going off. It's been kicking off the last hour or so, or half an hour. I've been noticing it. And it's a really annoying noise. But hopefully you can't hear it. But I can sort of hear it in the back of my head constantly. I mean, I think when an alarm kicks off, they should get it turned off quickly. Because it's really annoying. It's somewhere outside, yeah. Somewhere. And you know what I got? This was funny. Today, this morning, there was a message on my phone, an SMS, from the electrical company that there was a outage of electricity in the building. And they expected the electricity to be back on at 8:30. Maybe later, a little bit later than 8:30 in the evening. This was a message that came at 9 o'clock this morning. And we didn't have an outage of electricity. We did, however, have an outage 2 hours on Saturday. So I'm actually thinking that that message should have come on Saturday. And then it came out today, Monday. So I guess their system's kind of screwed up. I mean, funny to get the message like several days after the electricity. There's been an error on your electrical net in the building, so the electricity is out. Yeah, it was, but it's like a couple of days ago. So I was kind of laughing about that. And I told my dad, and he was like, but the electricity is on. I was like, yeah, I know. So it's kind of funny. But it's probably, you know, an automated SMS from their computer system. And it's just not been put in to send those kind of texts out during the weekend. So it did it as the first thing on the business day of Monday. We just sent out the SMS about the power out. Great work, you know, like, I mean, that's like really awesome. So that was funny. I had a big laugh about that. So this is looking lovely. I take them very lightly to the page because they are very wet, which is good. That means that there's still ink in them. That makes me happy. They're beautiful. I mean, they're absolutely beautiful, these Fit Artist brush. They'll always be on the lookout if there's discounts on those. Yeah, her face could look a little bit like a geisha girl. A geisha girl. Always look out if there's special discounts or offers, because then it's a time to strike on this kind of stuff, because normally it's just too pricey. It's just really expensive. But they are beautiful. They're beautiful pencils. Markers, 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 markers. They're markers. I feel like they're pencils in a way. But they're not. It's just because they're so tiny and fine, and the stump is, the tip is so fine, and it almost feels like, it doesn't feel the same way as my alcohol markers. But of course, this is also a water-based marker, so there is a difference with them. And I can still hear that alarm that's driving me bonkers. You know, is it allowed to shoot an alarm? No. Anyways, I wouldn't be able to. I don't. In Denmark, you just don't have guns like that. So, but it's really annoying with that alarm. It must annoy other people too. I mean, this is a populated area, and that alarm is just going off and going off. Maybe I'm the only one who can hear it. I don't know. Could that be? I don't know. We'll see. I really think that she will be very nice, very attractive girly. Girly. Oops, I can hear someone who's not supposed to be awake. Yep. Victoria's been wearing her new clothes. It was super fab, the clothes that my ex came with yesterday, and she's really proud of it. And it's all like Nike, Adidas, all these brand things that I never can buy because it's just too expensive to buy it. So she's like really happy because she looks so smart in it. So she's sporting it. And she's so looking forward to, you know, she already planned her look for school tomorrow, what she's gonna wear, and yeah, so that's cool. Really nice clothes. Not that she don't have nice clothes, she have nice clothes, but it's not as cool as this is. This is definitely cool clothes. And you can just see her, she's like, oh, happy. She doesn't care that it's used. She don't care about that at all. And that's a good thing, you know, that as long as they don't start being sad about it. Have a nice dinner, Beverly. Enjoy your dinner. And hi, Kat. Nice to see you. And hey, check out the video of the first 2 weeks of Color Weirdie a Day if you might be in it. Your colored pieces might be in it. I've put all the ones that I could find in it. I mean, if it's the one from today or tomorrow, then it's not in it because that will be in the next one. So up until the 14th, the one of yesterday, are in there, but all the way from the first. So that's sort of how I made it. It takes about 6 minutes because there's quite a lot of colored pieces from all of you guys, and there's also my own colored pieces in there. So it's sort of like, yeah, so thank you to all of you for participating and being a part of it. And then there's a quick look through of all the beautiful art that's been created with the Weirdie so far. So do check that out, and you can also share it if you like. You know, maybe others will see it and think, oh my God, that is so cool. We also want to color Weirdies and join us. And as you see, I also put up on my page and on the Color Weirdie Day, I put up the drawing, the Weirdie for the 17th. So it is available on the PayHip already. Instead of putting it up afterwards, I've started putting it up just, you know, earlier in the day so that it's available longer for you guys to have a good chance of downloading it and getting it ready and everything. And I'll probably also, it will be some days before that we actually end February. I will update make a new album with the February banners, and so you can have an overlook of what is going to be going on for February and which Weirdies we're going to be doing. That's of course from Weirdies Volume 2, but I will still put them up on the PayHip, where you can leave a tip if you can afford it, and if you can't, then you don't leave a tip, because I want everybody to be able to participate. Also, if they don't have the finances to buy the drawings, then I just think it's nice, the more of us who are in on it and having fun with them, and you don't have to color each and every one, but you know, color the ones that you really like or appreciate. And if you feel like coloring everyone, then I think it's also cool, and I love seeing them. So remember to share them with me, and you can share them everywhere and anywhere. And like if you tell people about it, if you want to share it everywhere or anywhere else, or you know, just tell them about the project and on the fun we have. Because if we get more in, it will be fun. You know, it's always great to see how others color their Weirdies. It can be good inspiration. And yeah, just seeing them colored is a big satisfaction for me. And I'm hoping some of you are having a lot of fun with coloring them, and I know some of you are. But yeah, so let's just continue the good vibe of Weirdie fun. So we're gonna have one more red here, and then we're going over to, there's actually quite a lot of pink and purples, but I'm thinking, you know, that kind of fits with her, so we're just going with that flow. I do think that I probably should have started up there also, but we'll get there. Slowly but surely. So here's the first red. I think that's a lovely red. So yeah, and I haven't gotten any further on my cooking competition yet, but I'll get there. I might drop making 2 entries. I might just make the 1 entry of the main dish. It sort of depends when I can fit in to make it. And then maybe make that main dish a bit bigger or include more elements. I'm not sure yet. But the deadline for delivering is a Friday, so I still do have good time to get it on the way. And I want to make something that's unique and interesting. Yeah. So it's gonna be nice. It's very, very pretty. The drawing of her dress. It says, yeah, I made 1 Weirdie, only 1 today, because I fell asleep. So there's a new one. 1 new one. I had a busy time with doing all the videos today because there were so many videos I needed to get done and fitted, because there was also the Twisters live yesterday. So yeah, got all those videos ready, and then I made that video of the first 2 weeks, just sort of to mark that now we've been on Color Weirdie for 2 weeks. I mean, time does fly by, doesn't it? It does. All of a sudden, it's just phew. I think it wasn't that long ago I made the video of the first week, so you know, I'll try. I mean, I can't, of course, guarantee that I'll be able to do it every week, because it does take time, and the more weirdies we have, the bigger the collection gets. But you know, I'll try, and otherwise, maybe we'll have one big at the end of the first month, and then we'll start new ones for February. So there will sort of be an ongoing thing with the weirdies and the videos and everything that I try to make. And it's also, I don't know if I'm getting views on YouTube at all, but you're welcome to join me on my YouTube channel, on the album where I got all my books, where I think there's 85 books now on that album, photo album. There's also like a bio description where you can find my links to the different places if you like to follow me on YouTube or any of my other platforms, which I think I have about a little bit over 600 followers on YouTube. But of course, the live videos from here, I put them on YouTube, and I also make the speed versions and put them on YouTube. But I also have made an album on Color Weirdie a Day, where I put up the speed videos so that you guys can easily find them and see them. And I also add them on my page, the speed versions, because I think the speed versions are great for people to see. And you know, maybe mainly the live videos are more interesting to be there for them than to watch the whole thing afterwards, because they are long, and you know, it's more fun if you're there and interacting. And so in that respect, and I do those speed videos because they're easy and quick. You see 2 hours and 30 minutes and 2 minutes and 30 seconds. So that can maybe make the whole concept and the weirdies more popular, and catch people's interest, I'm hoping, so that we can get more to join us and have fun with us, and see more weirdies colored. She's gonna be nice, this one. I'm sure she will be very beautiful. It's nice to I also did the new scan of the one yesterday, and I try to scan them daily after having done them, so that it's done and I can put it in the album so you guys can see mine. Of course, this is just how I color them. So I just love to see everybody's different take on how to color them, and ideas and what you see and everything. So yeah, and you can see that the only thing is she doesn't really work as well on the other side, because she does have facial features, which most of them don't have in the same way, or they have it in a way where you can easily turn it upside down. So she's not as good upside down as she is the other way around, I think. Well, that's just my personal opinion. You may have a different opinion or see it differently. But I do. I mean, then you should maybe make an eye there. There could be possibilities of doing something, for sure. There always is. You can always see things differently. So yeah. So this is the Snotty Maria. So yeah, I thought, okay, I'm probably not gonna have my glass of wine because it's so snotty. It's not, can't even taste it probably. So no reason to waste the wine if you can't taste it. So yeah, I'm just probably gonna go to bed early and hope that I'll feel better tomorrow, less snotty, hopefully soon. I did drink a lot of hot liquid. I don't really drink a lot of tea and coffee, but I have some juice, sort of from some berry thing, Ribena. I don't know what that is in English, but I like to put hot water in that and drink it. That tastes really good, and it's good when you're snotty, I think. So have a hot drink. I was actually planning on making soup today, but then Victoria was all like, I want pancakes, and you didn't make pancakes for a long time. And she actually already, I think when she was 4 or 5, she gave me a pancake pan. She'd been out shopping for, I think it was a birthday present for me with my cousin. And she had insisted that they get a pancake pan because she loves pancakes and she thinks that I should have a real pan for it. It is especially made for making pancakes. I don't like make American pancakes. I have my own recipe, very simple one, but I make thin, bigger pancakes. And yeah, then it was my recipe. There's no sugar in them. There's actually salt in them, but salt and butter and milk and flour and eggs, and that way they can go with either sweet or savory, which I like because we can have those two first ones with the cheese inside. My dad don't want them with cheese. He's like, I don't want cheese in my pancakes, because that's not how pancakes are supposed to be in his mind. Pancakes in his mind are with jam and sugar. So yeah, so he just gets the sweet ones, and we have the cheesy ones, and the cheesy ones are so great. And I was like, I grate the cheese, and then it melts in the pancake on the pan, and it's just nom 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 nom. And Victoria was saying in the kitchen, there's a good thing about Granddad not wanting to have the ones with the cheese. And I says, what is that good thing? And there's more of those for us. But if he wanted the ones with the cheese, I would just make more. But he doesn't. It's funny because also, now Victoria doesn't eat ham. There's very little stuff that she actually eats. She's a little bit fussy. So otherwise I would make them with ham and cheese. That's also really lovely. Oh, I would love to make them with the spinach and cheese, but nobody else would eat that here. So yeah, now she's here again. I can hear her little toes. Hvad så, twinkle toes? Skal du ikke i seng? Igen? Du ligger i sengen, du holder også op med at læse, du skal sove, Victoria, hvis du skal være frisk i skole i morgen, ikke? Okay, det er godt. Ja, du må godt sige hej. Hi. She's just saying hi. Hi, Heather, nice to see you. So now you said hi to everyone, and you gave me a kiss and a hug, so now you can go back to bed. Gå i seng igen, ikke skat? Yeah, she just wanted to say hi to you guys. So that was a hi from Victoria, and hopefully a good night. A good night. Sleep, sleep. Maybe I should try to take a course on hypnotizing. I could hypnotize her to sleep. Don't think it would work though. Probably wouldn't. Wouldn't work. So this is looking good. She's a girly. Yeah, a girly. So there's some sections here that I'm leaving off for later, especially the face, because I don't know how I'm going to screw that one up. Probably I will. Somehow I'll manage. But she could be purple faced. I don't know. I'll try to use one of those many nude colors that I have that I never use. Or maybe she can just have a little bit very pale white skin. That could be. Just, I don't know. We'll see. We'll see when we get there what we'll do about the face. All of a sudden, something will present itself in my mind, and I'll have an idea of what to do with it. Nice to see you, Heather. And you just made it in time to say hello to Victoria when she was in here saying hello. She does follow every day to see which one I colored the night before and how it turned out, and she's loving that. So that's a good thing. And this one was called the magenta. Now I'm going to see what that one is like. We'll see. We're going with it. Going with the flow of her hat here. It's a beautiful hat. And I've never been a hat person. Have you noticed that some people are just hat people? The hats just fit them really well. I've never really been a hat person. My mom was a hat person, and my bestie, she's a hat person. And they can just like put hats on and look great in them. I put a hat on and I look like a freaking clown. So yeah, I'm not a hat person. Boom. Oh, I think the alarm stopped. That is nice. The alarm finally stopped. So yeah, this is developing nicely. Getting a good flow. And beautiful colors. These colors are always, I mean, the Faber-Castell colors are very, very pretty. They're always slightly muted. They're not as strong as could be. They're slightly muted, but it's just the style of them, I think. So that's just the way it's always going to be with them. I don't see them as strong as, for instance, the Sick. The Sick ones are very, very clear, very clean, strong. These are a little bit more muted. It's sort of like they got a style of their own, and that is sort of very continuous in the products of Faber-Castell. I saw that box. Was it called the Tommy box or something like that? There was some designer who had made a box selection. I don't remember. The Karl box. It was the Karl box. It was Karl Lagerfeld. That box is just like totally coloring porn. But you were paying for the box. Because if you buy everything that's in the box separately outside of the box, it would be cheaper. I did a calculation of that. Not that I could ever afford to buy the box, but you know, one can always dream when you see these totally outrageously beautiful boxes with all the beautiful material in them. It's just like you're drooling and you're feeling like, oh my god, oh my god, oh my god, I wish. Maybe I'll win the lottery and I will get that box. But then, you know, when you do the calculation of maybe how much more you could get if you, for instance, did win, then wouldn't you rather have more material? You know, like maybe instead of having that beautiful box. But still, I mean, those boxes are dumb. They are really... They should do win actions in those boxes, and oh my god, I love those boxes. Just seeing those videos where they're opening them, and oh, It's horribly enticing. And I bet you, like the Kate from England, the wife, I don't remember titles, of the Crown Prince of England. She's an avid colorist. And now I'm not remembering, maybe it was Derwent who made a set in her honor. A Kate set, because she said that she colored, and Johanna Bashford actually received some award or something. So Kate is a colorist. She loves to color for distressing. Maybe I should send her some Weirdies and ask her to join a Weirdie a day. That could be pretty cool, couldn't it? But yeah. But I bet she might have a card box. They probably sent one to her as a gift or something when they heard that she likes to color. So if you just marry a prince, maybe you'll find that those boxes come easier. So I'll just have to find a prince for the boxes. She always wants to be a part of what I'm doing. That's why it's so hard for her to stay in there and be in bed, because she's so curious and she wants to see the little hearts and smileys and stuff like that flies over the video. She thinks that's just awesome. And she just, she loves it. And that's really nice, because, soon enough she's going to be older and maybe not that interested in my stuff and be busy with all her own things. And so I better enjoy her interest and her participation now. She's so sweet. She makes my days very happy. I'm a lucky woman that I have her. Very lucky. Very blessed with having her, I think it's called. So this is pretty. This is pretty, pretty, pretty. She's on fire. This woman is on fire. And we have more pretty, beautiful colors that are going to go on. I do think that there's a big range of greens today. But yeah, that's the way it's going to be. There's a lot to color here, and we want her to have everything. Beautiful colors. She's going to be a beautiful, colorful lady. You can see they are kind of slightly muted. Maybe I'll see what the one for tomorrow is. I think that is not going to be the 6, because those are big areas. I do like, if I use the 6 or these, I do like it where it's smaller areas, like here, that there's a lot of smaller areas, because these do get into smaller areas easily. But also I don't want to use the water markers in too large areas, as they do become more streaky than, for instance, the alcohol markers that evens out better. So there's sort of like it's easier to keep it beautiful here. Hi Patricia, nice to see you. So yeah, that's sort of why I'm doing it like that. I do have reasonings for some of the stuff that I do and how I do it. This makes sense to pull these or the 6 out if there's lots of tiny spaces, whereas on larger spaces I go for the cheaper alcohol markers that I have, and or I would go for colored pencils when I feel like it, or even pastels if it's also really nice for bigger areas. And part of the reasoning is to avoid that it becomes streaky, which the watercolors do tend to do more than the alcohol ones. I think it's just because it's different. It's the difference of how the paper absorbs the watercolors, the water markers, to us how consistent the flow of the alcohol inks are. This is beautiful, absolutely gorgeous, beautiful colors. And slowly but surely she's developing, and I think we'll have a wonderful finished piece. I'll also have to update the red bubble with the new ones. I think I'm just gonna like do it, you know, I can't update everything all the time because it just takes too much time. So I try to, for instance, do the red bubble in a batch. You know, now it's been a week, so I can probably update it again, because I also have to prepare those images to put in there. Hi everyone, hi Bev. No, you're not late, I was probably early. Oh, a big snowstorm. Oh, that is nice. Nice. Well, not the snowstorm, but that you wanted to come home and be a part of the video. I've never crocheted. I've knitted, but I never crocheted, and I always wanted to try. Maybe one day I'll try. You know, maybe I wanted to start knitting again when I was pregnant with Victoria. But my Spanish skills just didn't really work out well enough for me to make myself understood in the knitting shop of what I wanted them to show me. I wanted them to show me some basic stuff to get started again. Because it'd been years and years when I was a child. For a lot of years I lived with my grandmother, and she was an avid knitter. So it means when I was a child I was actually knitting. I was knitting clothes, sweaters, and everything for my Barbie dolls, because I knitted with my grandmother. I lived with her because my mom was very sick, and then she got remarried with a new husband, and they sort of lived in a small flat. And well, my grandmother's flat was even smaller, so I mean, I don't know, but I lived with my grandmother for some years there. When I started kindergarten, and when I started, before kindergarten and kindergarten, I lived with my grandma. And then when I started in the first grade of school, I moved in with my mom and her husband, and they had gotten a house, like half a house. And then I started living with my mom and her husband, her new husband. When I started first grade in school. But for years before that, and even then, I was a lot with my grandma. I lived with her a lot and spent most days with her. She was a very big part of my life when I was a kid. So I did a lot of things with my grandmother. And one of them was to knit. But obviously, then at some point, my mom got divorced, and then she went back to my dad, and we moved to another part of the country, which was far away from my grandmother on the other end, because my grandmother lived in Jutland, in northern Jutland. And we moved to Zealand, to the countryside here. And then my mom left my dad, and then we moved into Copenhagen. And I was in school and everything there, but of course, you know, with my mom, I didn't knit. So I sort of forgot about it again. So when I got pregnant, I was thinking, oh, I'm going to be knitting all kinds of cool things for my baby. Yeah, right. Then I didn't remember the basics. I just needed to get started. But I didn't know how to say, and I couldn't find in the dictionaries the right words to explain to the knitting ladies in Spain what I needed them to help me with. So I didn't really get started on the knitting anyways. Besides, I wasn't pregnant that long because I was only really, I was 4 months pregnant when I found out that I was pregnant. And I had her a month too early. So that means that I was actually only officially pregnant for knowingly pregnant for 4 months. I never had any of the, the morning sickness that people talk about or anything. I never had any of that. I did get pregnancy diabetes, so I was on a strict diet on those 4 months pregnancy. It's a horrible diet. I mean, it was really annoying because there was like set amounts of food that I should eat like 6 times a day. And it was just like impossible for me to eat all that food. It was just crazy. Is crocheting quite faster? I didn't know that. I never tried it, but I always really wanted to. So I guess maybe if I'm still here when Victoria is an adult, and hopefully she will give me a grandchild, maybe I'll take it up there. If I'm not still, I'm probably still drawing anyways. Otherwise, I'll just have to draw them things, draw them books. I always, it could be fun to make some children books. That could be pretty cool if you had a grandma who made you like children books. That could be awesome. I think that might be something I could get into to make for possible grandchildren at some point if I'm still here. Otherwise, I'll have to make it before. We'll see. This looks really pretty. Yeah. And hopefully, I think Wednesday, I'm going to get the proof books. I'm hoping Wednesday I'll get the proof books with where I'll get the hard books and the big book of spheres. And then when I get them, I will, of course, make a video to show you the physical ones so you can see them for reals. And maybe color a bit in one of them, I don't know. We'll have to see what happens. So, but they're supposed to be coming with UPS on Wednesday. So I'm hoping that I'll get to see them there. So that would be interesting. And now, of course, they are all on Amazon. And they're all on the PayHip as well. And the one that's called Never Too Many Hearts is the one that has all 3 heart books in it. So that's the best value for money. If you get it on Amazon, it's $14.99, and the separate collections with 15 each are $9.99. So for the $14.99, you get 150 drawings, get the full 3 books in one book, which I think, yeah, it's a good deal. But if you rather print it on your own paper at home, you can get it on my PayHip, and there's still that social sharing discount in there of 50%. So that means you can get it all the way down to $7.49. So that is a pretty good price. 450 designs, heart designs, there's heart mandalas, abstract heart designs, there's full pattern heart pages, and yeah, it's just a fun. And I did draw all these heart drawings when I was a newly in love, so they have a lot of heart in them. They were heartfelt at the moment, so yeah, they're lovely. I'll have to, when I get with the sequence, I think I'll start up here to get that one going. I think I need to do that. We'll just see what happens. And here we get that light purple. It's a beautiful light purple, actually. Very pretty color. Very soft. Very soft purple. Could have used something in between, probably. But it's pretty. It's pretty. So yeah, she fitted with my prettiest set of markers. And the one for tomorrow is fun and cute, and it's gonna be awesome. And now also the 17th is up on the page where you can go get it. And that's also an awesome one. It's a big one. It's gonna be fun to play with, for sure. I'm just looking forward to seeing what you guys come up with for them. Some of you are a bit in front. I should make the official announcement today of, it's just been, because I've been feeling a little bit really snotty today. I haven't been on the computer a lot because I've been on the couch more and sleeping. So I got those videos done, and then I sort of took a break off from there. Also because it took me some hours yesterday to get finished with everything I needed to be finished with. So I haven't really been on that much today. So I didn't get everything done that I should do. Maybe also with a snotty brain, then I forget some things maybe. I'm not sure if I forgot something. I probably did. Let's just see. I hope I will catch it up. I will for sure. I'll catch up. That is just the way it is. This looks good. And somehow we'll be moving down here, I think, with the next color. It's a very nice, subtle little hint of purple. Very, very light purple. You almost don't see it. You can see it when you get closer. Because when you see it here, I don't think it shows that much, but it will show. And here's the light blue, baby blue. And I think I'm just going to continue that here. Otherwise, we won't see it at all. But it was the baby blue from the chameleons that didn't show. This baby blue does show, I mean, you can, it's not white like the other one. So you can see it. It's very light, but it does show. So the pastels in the Faber-Castell are very light pastels. Very light, you almost can't. But you do see a distinct, you do see a distinct difference between the blue and the white there. Whereas with the other one, you just didn't really see it at all. So just have a, this would also be a nice one for ice and snow. Oops. Yeah. So then we'll be getting into some darker blue in a minute. seems to fit. So yeah, just been relaxing with Victoria, my favorite to hang out with. And she's been doing some Lego today. I like Lego. It gives the children possibilities to make interesting things. And she's been doing like movies with the voiceover of Kung Fu Panda and Shrek. That was kind of funny. And she was doing a stop motion movie earlier, but she didn't show me, so she probably didn't finish. She does a lot of fun things with. I'm always impressed when I see the stop motion movies that she makes when she's building stuff with the Lego. It's pretty awesome. She makes these movies, and that's of course the iPad that facilitates that she can do those awesome things. So that's a good thing about the iPad. So I think I'm gonna take this one down here to just get started on this section a bit of the dress. It's a beautiful dress. There's one thing here that I don't understand why I made this. I don't know. That must have been a momentary lapse of my head when I was drawing it. Why I would finish these two lines and then have a whole line there. I don't know, it doesn't make sense to me. But I guess I don't remember what I was thinking when I was drawing it. So that's the kind of thing that you sometimes notice on your own drawings. You're thinking like, why did I do that? Why didn't I, you know? Oh, nice to see you back, Tina. The horse is all good. Settled for the night. Oh, this is a beautiful blue. Really nice blue. Very nice blue. Gives a nice switch up to the lighter one. They are really nice to work with. These markers. The tips are beautiful and easy to control, and it's just a great material to work with. And I wish they were a lot cheaper. Oh, that sounds great. Getting ready to color. Today I'm in front. Today I'm in front of you, Tina, because I started earlier. So yeah, this is good. I promised Victoria that I'm gonna do everything I can so that she will go to school tomorrow, because we stayed home today because it was still, you know, I was really, you know, getting snotty yesterday, and she was snotty Friday. So I thought it's better just, you know, to take a home day again, and then she can go to school tomorrow. And she was happy with that. So sometimes you also just need to chill out a bit. Besides, I'm not really impressed at what they do in school anyways. So sometimes when you have a days, you know, that, you know, it's rare that she's home anyway, so because she usually loves the school so much. And I think she's a bit stressed at the moment about this change that's coming with changing classes and switching everybody up and the teachers, and you know, they're not going to be told who they're going to be in class with until the day where they actually enter in the new class. So I think that's a bit disturbing for them, and it's stressful for them to be thinking, oh, what about all my buddies? What about my teacher? And I'm going to be in a different class. I'm going to have new teachers and everything. I do think, since she is, you know, I think it will be okay. You know, she will be fine. She's very social, so you know, she's hoping that she will be in class with one that she was in kindergarten with that she's not in class with now, because they've sort of been friends since the nursing school, I think. Since even before kindergarten, they were friends. They went to the same places always. So it was a little bit, when they didn't get in the same class to begin with, it was a little bit sad, because they do play a lot. And her mom is alone like me. So, you know, it's nice to make play dates and help each other out so that we can sometimes do other stuff. And that's a bit more, it's been more difficult because they were in different classes, and they were also in different after school places. But now they're the same after school place because they built a huge institution, really big one, it's the biggest one in Denmark, I think. Which I don't like. You know, I think they lose the overview when there's so many kids in one place, you know, and they're switching the personnel up all the time. Exactly, it's a chance to make new friends or even more friends, because she's not going to lose the ones that she already have. You know, I mean, it's not like she's not going to see them. She still hangs out with the people she went to kindergarten with, and you know, she still has play dates with them, even though that she's on her 3rd year in the school. So I mean, it's not like her old friendships are going to disappear. Like I told her, you can still play with them and have dates with them, and you'll just have even more people that you know good and know well on the year and that you're in, and that will only be nicer in the future, that you have even more contacts and more friends. So I'm hoping that she will be happy, but I think it's doing her little head in a bit because she's very sensitive. So that looks pretty, and then we have another blue one. I do have I don't know if there's a dominance, because there's also the turquoise in between the greens, so there's a sort of mix up. No, you can never have too many friends, so I think she will just be happy with it, you know, and it might also switch up some of the stuff that she's not so happy about. So, you know, there could be good things about it, and I do have a feeling that they're not gonna switch her up too much, because she does have a friend who is very sensitive and can have issues in class, where the teachers are very happy that Victoria is there, because she can always sort of, when he has issues, Victoria is the one who will calm him down. I know the teachers should be the ones who calm him down, but it seems that they do rely a lot on Victoria in the case of him, and they've done since the 0 grade, because she's just really good with him. And I do think that they might make some special arrangements for him to not be separated from Victoria. I think so. Which means they might also say that, okay, he probably is best for him to stay with the same teacher and not switch teachers. And so I'm hoping that she will stay with the same teachers, and then she'll be happy with it. So and he is a good friend with her, and they do spend a lot of time. So, you know, they might take that into consideration, I think. Also because he might be very difficult if she's not there. And I know that his parents have gone to the school to talk to them about maybe not splitting them up and insisting on not splitting them up. I haven't done that because I don't want to, you know, I mean, I will take it as it comes, and whatever happens, I don't necessarily think it would be a bad thing if she was split up from him and not. I mean, I think sometimes it's a lot that she has to deal with when he can't function normally in class. It is sort of on her or something, I don't know. So I don't think that necessarily it would be bad, but I don't think they're going to do that. They're going to do what is easiest for them, probably. You know, what makes most sense to them. So for me, I don't go and insist on her being with anyone special or in class with classmates with anyone special. I just take it as it comes, and then we'll deal with it and make the best of it. I try to be very positive about it because I do think that there's nothing negative, because your whole life things change, and you can't decide who you work with or you know what happens when you study further on and everything. So you know your life will be evolved about change and new people and getting along with new people. So in that respect, I definitely just think that it might be good with the change. So yeah, I'm happy about it. I'm positive and happy. But that's sort of the way I am. I usually try to think of the positive things in a situation. I think that helps a lot. I think here, I don't know if I would maybe switch it up a bit. I think I'm gonna start when I start over on the sequence, then I'm gonna start on this area of the dress, and I'm just gonna continue down here because I think that fits better. So that's my little executive decision here on her dress development. I don't know if she agrees. She just keeps having her eyes closed. She doesn't even bat an eyelid. Nothing. No remarks. Nothing. She's just like in there, like the trooper. Maybe she fell asleep. Yeah. Or she's just not inclined to look at us. Shit. And she's got a very tiny nose. Very tiny nose. So yeah, it's a funny one. She's waiting. So yeah, this is gonna be cool, and I don't know how I'm gonna deal with that weird thing that I did down here. So if that bugs any of you guys, it actually bugs me a little bit. So it's a strange thing. I might just ignore it. I don't know why I put that 1 and 2. I have no idea why I did that, but it doesn't really make sense to me what I did there. So if you guys are thinking that it doesn't make sense to you either, then I completely agree with you. It doesn't make sense to me either at all. So why I did it, I have no idea. I have no clue. So it's probably like, I think it's a mistake that I did it. I might have had some idea at the moment, but it didn't really work out. So I'm not a happy camper about that. Usually I don't really find this kind of thing in my drawing. And I don't understand why I would shoot that off into 2 when all the other ones are full. So, my bad. Mystery. A mystery. So yeah, we got this going. So it's developing here. This is also a lovely turquoise, lovely deep. I don't even know what it's called. It's called cobalt turquoise. Very deep color. Very beautiful. Okay, and here we're done. So it's getting there. I guess this is her hair. That's why I didn't start it, because I'm not really sure what I'm gonna do about the hair yet. I didn't make a decision. But I might just continue the flow from the head down. I mean, why shouldn't she have multicolored hair? I've had multicolored hair. I always wish, you know, I mean, I've had pink hair, magenta hair, and red hair. Now I'm back to blonde. If I could, but I don't go to the hairdressers because it's just too expensive. But if I could, I would like to have like rainbow colored hair. But just having it red takes a lot of maintenance. And the red that I use was from the States, actually, a vegan product. It was a really beautiful, crazy color. Red, like really, whoa. I remember the kids I work with, they always they just thought I looked like Ariel, the mermaid from the Disney, because I had hair, you know, I have a hair down, very, very long hair. And when it was newly colored in the red, it was like really, really a little bit darker than this red, I think. A little bit darker. But very, very red. No sort of copper or henna in it. It was just like crazy color red. It was really pretty. So yeah, they all thought, all the girls were like, "Can you take your hair out so we can look at it?" They just thought it was awesome. So yeah, and it made me happy. You know, every time I walked by the mirror in the bathroom, I would sort of laugh. You know, it would just make me laugh. So I kind of liked it. My dad, of course, hated it. He thought it was dead awful. A few others were quite shocked. But I just liked it, and I enjoyed having it. And in the end, I had to let it go because, you know, you have to color it often. And, you know, it's not, the color itself was not expensive, but the import tax and the shipping, oh my God, that was just, you know, so I couldn't like keep it up and maintain it. Besides, it's not that easy when you have as long hair and as much hair as I do to color it on your own. It's sort of just doesn't really work. So so I gave up on it, and now it's almost back to normal. I mean, with my hair, it doesn't really, because it's so light. I'm blonde, so it doesn't go out, the color, really. I mean, it takes a long, long time to wear off. But now it's almost back. There's just little traces left. So I think I'm just gonna ignore that line and color it the way that I should have drawn it. Just ignore that weird line I made there. Don't know why I did that. Probably a space issue or something, I don't know. But it didn't make sense to me. So I'm just gonna color over it. That's it. So now you know I'm human, I error too. It's definitely an error in my drawing. So I'm admitting, I'm taking full responsibility for that line if it's disturbing you. I'm totally admitting to making a mistake there. I think it actually disturbed me the first time I colored it as well. But I didn't change it. I didn't go in and change it because now it's done. Also, yeah, I don't know. I don't often go in and make changes because then some people might have a different image than others, and I don't like that either. So that's it for this one. Then we're on to lighter turquoise. Let's see how light that one is. It's looking pretty good. She's shaping up. And there's a funny contrast with that light blue and light purple. It looks kind of cut. So we'll see what this light one is. Oh, this is a nice one. What's that called? That's called light cobalt turquoise. A beautiful one. And there's going to be a darker one after that. And then we're on to the greens already. So yeah, she's shaping up rapidly. Actually, she's shaping up faster than I thought she would. I think that's also because there's a lot of colors, and they're pretty easy to work with also. So I'm enjoying that. Oh, I love the cobalt turquoise. Hi, Kimberly. Rainbow colored hair. Yeah, it looks like a geisha girl. Oh, that's awesome. I hope you will like it, Kat. You are gonna get it. You're gonna get it earlier than me, and I ordered a few days ago. But of course, that's because I'm in Denmark, so it just takes longer to get here. And in the US, it goes quicker. And oh, that's exciting! I'm looking forward to when you get it. Let me know what you think and how you like it. That would be nice. And it is lovely to have the physical book also. I mean, it's nice to hold in the hands. I'm looking so much forward to getting them, hopefully on Wednesday, like you're getting yours also. So that would be cool. I used to always get the proofs before so that I could check everything, but it's very rare that there's anything to check because I double check everything before I make them. And this time I just had to wait until there was enough money to order the proofs because it is pricey. I mean, I pay a lot of the cost of the books, but then I pay the same amount in the cost of the shipping as the books cost. And then I have to pay the import tax, which is 25%, not of just the book cost price, but of the shipping as well. So it's like crazy expensive to get those proofs, and I shouldn't be paying any import tax on them at all because they're not for sale, they're proofs. So it's a stupid thing. I wish there was some way that could be easier and cheaper so that I could not have to spend so much money on each book that I publish because it's killing me. I mean, I really have to sell quite a lot of books for it to get back and just, before I even will start to make any profit, than just the cost of getting those proofs and the copies I have to give to the ISBN office. I have to think. I have to sell a lot of books before I just pay for one book. Oh, 1 second. Sorry. Hi, sweetie. How are you? Hi. No, I'm actually doing live video, but I can call you when I finish. Okay, let's do that. Okay, bye. So, yeah, that was just a phone call. He seems to call every time I'm doing live video. Not every time that I do a live video, but it seems that every time he calls, he just hits that time when I'm on a live video. Yeah. Well, I'll call him back after. It depends on how late it gets that he's probably sleeping. So we'll see about that. Oh my god, again. Well, that's the other one. Okay, I'm just gonna answer again. Hi. I'm fine. I'm doing a live video and coloring. Oh, yeah. I'm halfway through or something like that. What are you doing? Ah, okay. So that's good. I've been snotty all day too. I even sleep on the sofa like I think I have fever. So maybe you'll give me the cold. Maybe I got the cold from you then. I thought I got it from Victoria. Yeah. Okay. So you're fine. You're fine. Okay. Yeah. You are snotty. Yeah. Mm. Yeah. Oh. Yeah. Maybe not use it too much, you know. Yeah. It's really cold. Yeah. You have to wear long underwear. Yeah, I know. Yeah. Yeah. No. No, that's not good. It's not with the change in temperatures, and then you're wearing too much when you're inside and too little when you're outside. Yeah. Okay. Bena, some honey. Yeah, that's good. That's also good. Okay. So I hope you get better. Yeah. Yeah, he's asking about that Christmas tree. You promised to put down the Christmas tree. Yeah. Okay, well, big hug to you. Okay. Okay. Yeah. Yeah. Oh, okay. You too. Good night. Bye. Oh my god. I'm a popular woman at 11 o'clock in the evening. So, yeah. Now there should be no more phone calls today. No more phone calls today. It should be the last phone call. Sorry about that, guys, but that was boyfriend. So yeah, he's snotty too, so I'm not the only one who's snotty. Oh, yours will be there Wednesday too. Awesome. We will have a party Wednesday. So if I get mine Wednesday too, then we should have a party. But PayHip uses PayPal. So PayHip uses the PayPal, so it's the same system actually. Well, not the same system. PayHip is a shop, but they use PayPal for payments. Yeah, it's more like, you know, if you have the one, is you know, I mean, if you take it from a PayHip, you get the PDF and you have to print it. It's not everybody who print it, and some people like to have the physical book, and others like to print it. So it's a sort of a matter of preference of what you actually prefer yourself. So if you prefer to print them all at home, then, and maybe, you know, like, then you can also print them more than once. Then PayHip with the PDF is the way to go, especially if you want to use a special paper or something, or you can maybe want to have the book in its entirety and color from that. So it's sort of like, it's a personal preference. I usually keep, well, I have my books, and I have them to show because they're my work, and I have to give them to the ISBN office. Ah, yeah. Download is a digital copy. So yeah, it's a personal preference of what one prefers to do or likes to work with, and you know, yeah, if you print a PDF, you can print on any paper. Paper is good in the create space. It works fine, I think, with most materials. So, but it's sort of, yeah, it's a personal reference, preference. It's a personal preference. If you like to have, some people like both. Some people like to have the book just to have a copy and maybe not even color in it. Victoria will not color in any of the books that I gave her. She will come to me and she'll ask me to print it because she don't want to mess up the books. So she will have it printed. But I think, you know, that's really, it's different for each person, I think. And some things are probably better to have or easy, you know, like, for instance, if we're talking about the Christmas ornaments, if you want to cut them out and use them for things, then it might be preferable to have them on a PDF so you can print them more times. And, you know, in some instances, it might be nicer to have the PDF. In other instances, it's nice to have the book. So it would be really different. It can be different for even different books. And for instance, with the tiny pattern designs, and, you know, or if you have something like the brick book with 250 designs in it, you know, that is definitely, I mean, something like this, because this is something you can bring along. You can see how fat it is, you know, I mean, that's a lot of pages, and that would cost a lot to print at home. Also, the dark versions, they would, you know, they would cost a lot to print at home with the black background. So those are, for instance, much better to get in the print book, I would think, or, you know, just more affordable than printing at home. And then there's like the tiny books to bring along in your bag. Those are of course great to have in the book form, because otherwise you have to do a lot of cutting and all kind of stuff when you're printing it at home. So there's like some differences there. And then just say, I know that some people will take it to a print shop and have them printed. And if anybody ever has a problem with having them printed in a print shop of my drawings, just let me know, and I'll write you a disclaimer that gives you the right to have it printed in the print shop. I know that has been an issue for some before, but if you have my written permission, it should not be a problem too. Sometimes they will not print it because of copyrights or whatever. But if you have a written permission from the artist, then it won't be a problem. So if you ever have a problem like that, just let me know. Yeah, you can also copy from the book, copy the page, you know, like on the photocopier, if you want to color it more times. This is looking good. She's developing into a radiant piece of colors. So yeah, I'm not the only one who's snotty. Boyfriend is snotty too. That's also because sometimes the last 3 days he's been working outside. I mean, he's in Metro Guard, so sometimes there's both stations where it's inside and there's stations where it's outside, and it's really cold outside. These last days it's been totally cold, and so he's snotty as well. So it's nice to know I'm not the only one. And also because then he'll be going in and out of stations, so he'll be going into the heat and then out in the cold and then into the heat, and so yeah. So good thing I'm not working outside. I wouldn't like that. I like sitting here at home. That's nice. So this is getting very pretty. And no wine. Now I'm starting to miss my glass of wine. The cola is not the same as having my glass of wine with the coloring. And if I'd had a hot drink, it would have been cold by now, I think. So I'm looking so much forward to hear what you guys think when you get your books. Oops. Hi, Victoria. Yeah, okay. So this is shaping up nicely. Yeah. I'm getting a pretty result. Beautiful colors. I really like working with these markers. They are pretty awesome. Beautiful. Beautiful to look at and beautiful to hold. And they're kind of delicate in a way, you know, that they seem delicate, but the tips are, you know, sturdy and robust, and they're not changing. I can see, you know, they're not showing wear and tear. So that's a good thing. So even that they are quite delicate looking and the tip is so fine and beautiful, then they don't, you know, they don't get misshapen or ruined. Well, so far not. So that's a good thing. It looks very nice. So now we're going into dark green. From this, there's going to be a switch up to the dark green here. It's a very beautiful dark green, actually. I like that. In the Weirdies, there's a lot to color, I think. There's a lot of possibility and ways that you can use your colors and enjoy them. So I'm happy with the Weirdies, and I'm happy with being, creating the new Weirdies, because I get so nicely inspired by coloring them. And then the new ones are taking shape, and they're different. And, it's a really awesome experience, and it was a good decision I made, I think, to do this. Oh, that sounds nice. That sounds like a nice paper. That sounds like a very nice paper cat. These are Faber-Castell Pit Artist Brush markers. Let's see here. This Faber-Castell Pit Artist Pen, dark phthalo green. It's very, very lovely. Highlight fast, acid free. It's artist colors of Indian ink. They're waterproof, high light fastened, and acid free. So they're very good quality. Levo du, Victoria? Okay. She just came out again. She had to go to the bathroom. I mean, if you gotta go, you gotta go. I think I'm gonna, no, I'm gonna wait for the yellow here. And I got another kiss. Lucky me. And the hair I'm also gonna wait. And here I'm gonna continue this here, because that's a natural as to where it was the last. So I think this is a good place to continue on this part of the dress. So this will be flowing down. And here we go. Because this one will continue out there and this will continue up here. So there's like different flow patterns here in my vision of how I see it shaping up. And I still haven't, I'm undecided on these two ribbons. They might just end up being different or something like that, but I'll take that when I get there. The same with the face. We'll get there, and when we get there, then I'll probably have an idea of what I'm gonna do. So yeah. Yeah, beautiful, these colors. Really nice to work with. And see, now we got a lighter green, and then after that there's the lightest green. And I think it is I actually thought that this one would have been different in color. So that's interesting to see. And yeah, one of the things that I do like with printing them myself is the fact that I actually print them twice the size. I print them big. And I think that works really well for me. It works well with the size I like to work on, and it works well with the camera as well, that the camera can see the page better. So I'm liking to print it in an A3. So that's what I do. That's why mine, you can see that it's quite big. So it's just also like, you know, for instance, if your eyes are bad and you're having problems with the small spaces, then this definitely helps a lot. My eyes are not really bad and I don't have problems with the little spaces. I just really like this size, and I like the way that the camera sees it more. If it was smaller, I would have to have the camera a lot closer, and then my hand would intermingle with the camera much more. It would be more, you know, pressured. So I like the freedom of this size. And that's a possibility you have with the PDF, that you can print it bigger. And get a bigger piece if you like to frame it or give it away afterwards or something. And it's nice with a little bit bigger piece. So it is a Faber-Castell Pitt Artist brush. Yeah. They have very beautiful tip, these markers. It's just like this. It's really, really awesome. Beautiful, and it's sturdy. You know, it's not too soft. It's not too hard. It's just good to work with. It's a very, very well manufactured product. Well thought out design wise and everything. There's only like that one problem with some of the names being in the wrong color. That's the only thing that really bugs me sometimes with it. But it's not all of them. It's just a few of them where I just like, man, why? You want to be able to read what it says. So that's the only design decision on these that I don't like. That is that on some of them, it's hard to read the name. And I do like to be able to see the name of the color and the number, especially when I put them in the color companion for my collection of colors. Then I really like to see it. So yeah, this is looking good. And then we are actually done with one sequence of colors, and then we are back to yellow. So we've gone a whole circle through. I don't know how many I picked out. I didn't count them. I just picked up the ones I thought was relevant. 2, 4, 6, 10, 12, 14, 16, 18, 20, 22 colors there are. 22 colors. But that can be divided to 11. That's a good number. So even though it's even, if we go down to 11, then that's a nice number. I like that. So here we go. So I think I'm gonna get on with the hair from the middle on here in the new sequence here. So that's going to be a good starting point, and then it will just spread out there and then spread out here and then go in there. So I think that will work with the hair. She should have the rainbow hair that I wanted. You're going to get my hair, my dreamy hair. And then we're going to start up here and up here with a new sequence of the dress, and the same here. Starting there, that's a good starting point. And here, then we got that part of the dress covered. And then we're down here. And now I'm going to go here. And I'm going to go there. And then I'm just going to continue. That's good. That's good. We got it going. We got it going on. It's a rain flow. It's very beautiful. Also, even just to watch that tip on the paper, it's really pretty. I like the fact that it's not too soft. It's just perfect. So yeah, that's a nice thing. So anyways, yeah, today was not the most interesting day, except for that stupid message about the lights being out, the electricity being out. That was really dumb. Yeah, really dumb. So yeah, and the goal is tomorrow, get Victoria to school. Goal is to actually sleep tonight and get her to school so that I can afterwards maybe get some practical stuff done. I really have a lot of practical stuff that I've not gotten done, that needs to get done. So I kind of have to pull myself together on that and get things in order. But it also depends how the snot is going tomorrow. If I'm really snotty, then it might be better to just like chill a bit and take it easy, and hope to nip it before it stays too long, before it develops. To see if I can drink a lot of hot liquids and stuff. So yeah. My dress is really developing, eh? It's sort of a dream. Now, like, if for instance, this could be a fun one to put some glitter on after, or even use some glittery if you're not like gonna scan or something like that. You can use a lot of effects on a dress like that also, which could be rather neat. And you can't see her feet because they're all covered up by the dress, I think. So she's oh, I think you'll have to excuse me in a second. I'll have to go to the bathroom to blow my nose, because otherwise this It's gonna be snotty. So you just have to excuse me for a couple of minutes while I go to the bathroom and blow my nose. 1 second, I'll be back. So I'm back. Sorry about leaving you guys, but when I had to blow my nose. It's like really not a good snot situation. So I decided to get a glass in the way. Pour myself half a glass of wine. Maybe that will help me fall asleep. So yeah, we got that one going, and I'm back. Sorry for leaving you. I haven't gotten started yet, but I have until Friday. Friday is the deadline for delivery. So I'm still in the working process in my head. Exactly, tiny sequence. It's not funny, no. It's not funny. But yeah, that's really annoying that I'm like full of snot. But at least I'm not the only one who's full of snot then. So yeah. So this is nice. It's lovely that this is going like full round, like really. It's a nice, this is sort of around here. I really like it. With all these spaces, it gives such a nice closure. So yeah. You can do a lot with this one. There's a lot of stuff you can do with the dress. I mean, I could even imagine printing her bigger and making little patterns inside of the lines. Well, that's me, I'm slightly crazy, so I could imagine doing it bigger and then ornamenting up those lines, and making things inside there and details and, working more on her. It could be fun, sometimes I'm thinking, it could be really fun if I had some of them as a huge posters where I could add a lot of details inside and make them even more crazy. And yeah, I would like that actually. I'm always looking in the use section if somehow I can find like a printer that can, like a big professional printer that can print big, because I know that it's not fair how much they charge at the copy shop for me to have it printed bigger. So if I can somehow find a plotter used at some point. Then I could do my own prints. Whereas if I could do that, I would probably also offer them cheaper than Redbubble and the other places can. If I could make my own prints, but I could also print out some of, for instance, these Weirdies in a huge format and customize them even more, which I think could be really fun. Which I would like to, work on making some big ones. I would like to do some large art pieces again. If I could print it big and then work on detailing, I could even set up the camera so that it could film. I could hang it up on the wall. If I moved my dining table, I could sort of put it on the wall and then work on it while it was hanging there, and do some huge work in between and really get in to do some interesting stuff. That could be really a fun thing to do for me. I would enjoy that a lot, to just be able to work in a larger scale. I always did work with doing very big paintings, so I'm always missing to do the big ones, and I would love to do that. So yeah, Lotto, here I come. Please, I want to win so I can invest all the money in art stuff and do huge pieces, and maybe have my own studio again, my own gallery with my art. That would be really nice. I would, of course, still be doing this and all that, but just to be able to work without all the time thinking about how much the cost is. That's so boring. When you're an artist, you just want to be able to work. You just want to do the stuff, but yeah, materials and all those things, they cost. But it could be pretty neat. I mean, I could also save up and just have one printed big and then go from there. But every time I go to the print shop and I hear the prices, I just get so personally offended by the price that I sort of leave in anger. Because it's just I find it really offensive that it's so expensive. Even if I win, I might make an art shop, with art supplies. Can you imagine having your own art shop with all the different pencils and markers and colored pencils and, oh my God, all the paper, all those things. And then I would make, in the basement of the shop, there should be a total print station that it was allowed for artists to come and print at a cheaper price than they can do anywhere else. That would be really nice. But, for artists, so that, they can get that benefit also. And then maybe I have workshops, coloring workshops in the evenings, afternoons, have different, where people can come and, can have a little tapas, a little tapas selection of my cooking, of course, and some nice wine or whatever people want to drink. And then, have a coloring workshops and drawing workshops and stuff like that. That could be really a dream thing, to have a shop like that. It wouldn't have to be open that many hours in a day. It could be open a few select hours, and then have these events 2 or 3 nights a week. It could be some kind of workshop where people, they could pay a small fee to participate and come and have a good evening with some food. Well, lights like the tapas thing, and just hang out and color and do kind of stuff like that. I think that could be really nice. I mean, that would be sort of my ideal dream scenario. And you know, then of course they could also buy materials in the shop if they want, and it would have like a big selection of the different indie artist books. My books, of course, also, but you know, like a big selection so that it was available to get the books there. That would be really, really a dream thing. And that would be like if I won big, then I would have that shop. I think that would be awesome. Yeah. I think about that sometimes, and always when I think about it, I'm like decorating it and planning different events and everything is like I already have it. So then when you wake up, it's not really true, but you know, it's a nice thought. It's a nice idea. And I think it could be pretty cool. I should also go to this Viking shop and talk with them because about making some events there. Maybe I can work something out with them. Where they could use me. Maybe they could hire me. That could be cool. I could get a job out of it. And then I wouldn't have a lot of time. Not as much time that I have now. But, you know, it would maybe help the financial situation so that I can, on a longer term, do more of the things that I really would like to do with art. Especially if I could find something where I actually also work with art. That would be really nice. But of course, the ideal would be working for myself. But sometimes things that don't like happen overnight. So you have to maybe think further. But I've been trying and trying and trying. It doesn't seem like anybody really needs me. Or maybe they just haven't discovered how great I am. But of course, if I don't like to go outside, that doesn't really help a lot on the situation. I mean, I'm sure that I could do like in the shop if I was doing some events, that I could do some afternoon events with coloring or tips or use of different materials. I could do that. It's getting good. It's getting good. Developing nicely and beautifully, just like it should. And yeah, the rainbow flow is definitely on this one. It's got a beautiful flow. So I'm gonna. It's not funny. Hi Rose, nice to see you. Yeah, I would probably switch to paint on large ones. I would probably use paints instead. Unless some huge marker company would sponsor me, and then I would use their markers on them. But yeah, that would be paints. Definitely, I would be painting instead. But that could also be fun. I mean, I have made a lot of my stuff available also on canvas, so that anybody who wants to paint in a bigger scale, they can actually buy canvases with my colored pages printed on them. The same with the posters that are available. I think that's probably the cheapest option is the posters in Redbubble, because art prints are expensive and the canvases are expensive. But you know, if somebody really wants to see, okay, I want to make a huge mandala and paint it, then they can have my mandala on canvas. I haven't put everything up, so it's more like, you know, if I see an interest or if somebody wants a specific one, it can, you know, you can request it. You know, if you have like a specific drawing of mine that you would like to have on a poster or on a canvas, you can tell me which one it is, and I'll make it available. I'll go in and I'll make the files and I'll put it up there for you. So that's sort of a specific request. You can always ask me, and I will be happy to do that, so that you can experience, you know, have that experience of, if you want to go into paints or just want to have a huge poster to work on. Probably the material of the art print will be easier to work with than the poster to work on. I would believe so. Oh, sounds awesome, Tina. Yeah, it's a nice dream. It would be cool to work together. It would be cool. It would be really cool. Now I forgot where I was with the colors, I think. At Maria's, yeah. Hang with Maria and Tina. Yeah, the headache running it, exactly. I think first off, I wouldn't really have employees. If it was a startup, maybe one, you know. Yeah, I have lots of mandalas, so there's lots to work on there. I think I already did this. I just didn't do it here. Yeah, that's where I got to. When I just I scrolled and saw the comments and started answering, and then I forgot where I was with the red here. I love this red. It's a really beautiful red. Maybe it's a, let's see what it's called. Pink carmine. Well, to me it looks red, but it's called pink carmine. So it's beautiful color. But the thing is, there has to be, you know, I think if it's a combined as a art supply shop, and also that artists can come in there and print, and the workshops and the tapas, and, you know, like if you have all those things combined, kind of, then maybe it would work. But of course, it would need to be situated somewhere where there's an audience for it, you know, where there's buyers for it. So I have no idea. It's just a nice thought. I would love to have that and run it as a different kind of business, you know, like a more personal touch, maybe. But, you know, I'm not sure that I could probably do that many hours, because I also need to work on my art. But, you know, if it's a few hours, and if you do get it working so that there can be somebody in the shop, so that I don't have to actually, maybe, you know, that I more have to do the events and be able to work on my art in the shop, you know, like that. There could be like a studio section of the shop where I could work, so people could also come and watch me work. That could be interesting, and that would be sort of like a more homey atmosphere, probably. You know, I don't want it to be like a cold shop. I wanted it to be somewhere where you could come and sit down, maybe, you know, have a tea or something, and maybe hang out and color, and, you know, yeah, some place where you can also do that. Maybe even buy my big mandalas on canvas there. That could be cool. It can be printed on canvas. I have on a Redbubble. I do have things that you can get on canvas, and I can make custom orders of specific pieces if somebody wants to have one on canvas. But on canvas, you probably wouldn't use markers. If it was on art print, you could use markers or colored pencils or aquarelles, water paints. You could use that there. And one day when I can afford it, I'll try to maybe order one of my own off of Redbubble and paint it. You know, maybe if I could order both an art print and a poster and a canvas, those three, then I can also give you an idea of how they are to work on and what materials to use. But I don't know when that will be possible. We'll see when that is possible. Then when it's possible, I will do it, because I do think that it's very interesting. Also, you know, like a switch up sometimes, you know, to work on a bigger piece, or, you know, if there's some drawing that you absolutely like love, and you're thinking like, I would really love to have this on my wall in my house, or I would love to give it to someone as a present in a big format that is colored by me, then that is a good idea. It's a very personal present. So yeah. So I do like that, and I've had those up for a long time, some. And I do like the idea that if you have a favorite, that you can just ask me and I'll put it up there for you. Because it's impossible to put everything up. I have so much. So, you know, it would just be really, really confusing if everything was there. I also need to get a bit of order in that shop. It's a bit disorganized, I think. It would be easier if I could make a web page, but I don't have the time to do that now. Yeah. Yeah, exactly. Close to Aarhus or København. Yeah. That sounds good. It sounds like a plan, Tina. We just gotta hit that lotto first, so that there's some money to invest in it. Because definitely it takes money to open a place like that and do and make it right to begin with. Of course, I'm still live. I'm still live. I've been live longer than this. It's 2 hours and 18 minutes so far. And I've been up. I hit the 4 hours one day where it cut off, and I had to restart, make a new video because it took so long. I mean, coloring it takes time when they're big, and there's a lot to color, and you're talking. It takes time. So I'm actually live and every day for between 1.5 to 3 hours actually. Yesterday it was more, because yesterday I also did a drawing video. So yesterday I both colored and I drew some twisters live. So that was 2 different live videos from me yesterday. There's not gonna be 2 today because I'm snotty, very snotty. So I need to chill and try to get well. Or at least try to get less snotty. How do you do that? It's looking good. It's taking shape. The lotto. I do the Friday one and the Wednesday one at the moment. One row on each. Because the Friday one is one row, 15 kronas. So I just do one row. I'm thinking, you know, if you're gonna hit, you hit. So it doesn't matter if you have 10 rows or one row. Well, it matters to my financial situation if I have 10 rows. So I'm thinking, you know, I buy one row at 15 kronas and then I have a shot. If I don't get one, then I don't have a shot. So getting one row at 15 is better than getting nothing. So I do that when I can. So yeah, and I do one row for the Wednesday with the Joker. And that's how I play it. And then we'll just see if one day, maybe, you never know, somebody's going to be lucky. So I know that the chances are small, but you never know. Why not? You can try. If you don't try, nothing ever happens. So trying is the part of it. And dreams are good. It's good to have dreams and hopes and desires for what you want to achieve. And plans. You know, even just the plans can make you happy, you know? Just thinking about it. It's going to be a very nice dress. Definitely one of the more colorful dresses I've ever seen. But it kind of called for lots of colors with all those lines. This is a bit streaky, I don't like that. And you can go like in a small motions and get less streaky with that. But I don't know, then the video would take like 7-8 hours if I was supposed to color like this. So yeah, that would just take too long and it would still be slightly streaky. But it's not bad. So you can, if you have a lot of patience. I don't have an awesome lot of patience. That's why I like alcohol markers, because you don't need a lot of patience with them. I have that one over there. I have this one here. Just going, you're slowly but surely getting there. It's also very pretty what Millie colored yesterday in your live video, Tina. That looked really awesome. She's also great at coloring. And so sweet. It would be fun when her and Victoria meets. And I think they will have fun together. They're both very sweet. So. This is looking good. I'm liking these colors a lot. She's definitely going to be a classy lady. A classy rainbow lady. So. Exactly, you can't win if you don't have a ticket. So getting that ticket is the first thing. Then you just have to see how it goes from there. there's always so many things one can do and one could do, and you know, and it's nice to think about some of them and dream about some of them, what you would do, and it's a nice thought. Beautiful colors. The laptop is wheezing more than I am, so that's always something. The wheezy laptop. Laptop, the wheezing. It's developing beautifully. I'm looking forward to scanning her to see how the scan will turn out compared to the little streakiness that I see. Yeah, I hate streakiness. I'm just gonna accentuate there. And I'm seeing a bit of it, but not that much. It's not totally bad. It's just it annoys me. You can see it doesn't really go through because it's a water based. So they say that. So in that way, these markers, it's very few markers that you can use in a coloring books with a double-sided printing, but these could possibly be, it could be. I would have to say that always go for single paged books, because then you can definitely just put something between, and then you can use anything you want. Then you can use alcohol markers and anything. So single paged, and use a piece of cardstock in between, and then you're safe. And sometimes the result on the other side, when you're using the markers, can be quite, interesting too. It can be funny to see and very inspiring as well. So we got that going here. Now we're done with this section down here in the dress. So we are getting somewhere. There's a lot of lines in this drawing. A lot of hours and lines in this drawing. So yeah, it's great to color her and to get to that result of having her colored. So I was talking to my dad. He never really understands. I was talking about how cool it could be to make an exposition of all 366 colored ones. And he's like, oh, you should just contact some cultural organization and then offer to them to buy it. I'm like, okay, you just want to sell it off? Like all my originals? It's like, no. I would like to make an exposition. And then I can put prices that people can buy them individually, but I'm not going to sell them all off in a bargain hunt or something like that, It's not, it doesn't work like that. But I think he doesn't really understand it. Oh, this is pretty. This is so pretty. Lovely purple. I love this purple. It's a really nice color. Getting awesome. So I'm gonna try a taste of this half glass of wine I poured. See if that tastes awful. No, it doesn't taste awful. I just have to. Yeah, well, that's the same with Victoria. She's also great when she makes an effort. But then if she loses interest, which she can do pretty fast, then she'll be really sloppy and it won't be nice. Victoria also hangs out with an older girl here in the building that she plays with. So I think for her, she can play with younger and she can play with older and yeah. So I'm not afraid of the age difference either. Except that Victoria can be slightly crazy, but you know, I don't know where she got that from. Shh, shh, the crazy streak. But definitely she's nice, and she also adapts nicely when she's with others. You know that she's not difficult like that. She's sweet and she wants to have a good time, and she's a nice one. A nice one. Yeah, her own age is difficult now. It's also really annoying. I'll have to look at it. I'll have to look. There must be some setting where I can change that in the comments. I haven't found it. I have been looking, but I'll have to Google. I also said that yesterday. I'll have to Google it if there's some way I can change that, because it would be so nice if you could post pictures and photos in the comments. And I mean, that's possible on a lot of other places, so I don't understand why it's not possible on my live video. I think he sees what I do, but he doesn't really comment on it at all. I don't know. I think in some respects, yes, he probably is proud. He just not like to show it. It's hard because he doesn't really communicate a lot with me, so I don't really. He doesn't say anything, except for like there's no milk or something like that. Otherwise than that, then I don't. I think actually Joseph communicates more with him than I do, because he sits and talks with him when he's here. So I don't know. I really can't tell. But that is a difficult one. It's hard to read him. I think some of the things, yes. Yeah, it's difficult. He has a friend who really likes my work a lot. But he doesn't see him very often. Maybe once or twice a year or something. So, and he's always telling me that he thinks my work is beautiful and is very interested in it, especially my up art. But my dad, I don't know. I think he probably is. He just doesn't like to give compliments, to say something positive or nice. He's just all grinchy. All grinchy. So that's good. Wacky is good. We need to be wacky, you know, otherwise life gets boring. So wackiness is a good thing. I think maybe with the face, I'll keep her face white and then maybe just put on a bit of makeup on her so that she's sort of pale. Let me see if I have that ivory color. No, but that would be too yellow, I think. The ivory. Isn't it like that Snow White had the skin of ivory or something like that? I don't know. I don't remember now. There's something in the fairy tale about that. And there's this light purple. We'll sort of have to go with that again. Even though I'm not really pleased about it. It was a little bit too light for what I wanted. I wanted it a bit darker, but it actually hits the color outside on the barrel really well. So it's not like a misjudgment. It's just me that wasn't thinking. Because that's the one thing with these. They do hit the color very well of what's on the outside. I think in most cases they do. In most cases, I won't be general and say on all of them because that's not the case. But in most cases, yes, the color that it lays down is the same as the marker's color. So in that respect, they got it very well compared to a lot of other brands where you like really get a shock when you put down the color, where you think like, damn, that was not what I was expecting here. So in that respect, we got another thing very well done on these beautiful markers, beautiful material. I'll be sad when they run out. I'll be like, oh no, they're dead. But that's what happens. And if you don't use them, they'll die anyways, you know. Because that's what happens with markers. They dry out, or, you know, so it's better to use them while they're there. But a lot of these good quality markers will actually really hold up a long time. Also, even if they're left untouched, they will hold up really well. They are made to be good quality art materials, so there's a big difference there in the, for instance, some of the children markers will already be dry when you get them, or, you know, there will be some issues very fast with them. That's why children get sick of it, because they will be streaky, and they run out of ink, and, you know, children do know the difference between a good marker and a bad marker. So in that respect, sometimes for children it's better to give them colored pencils or Crayolas, just to make sure that they can actually color with them, instead of buying cheap markers that just become streaky and they can't color big areas, and that can be so annoying and frustrating also for children. I mean, children do want to make something that looks nice, you know, that's their whole outset. So if it then just fails, then they lose the interest very quickly, and they just think, it's not worth it. So I think that even if it's kids, if they are responsible, they can have, you know, a little bit better material than some of the stuff that is for kids. I mean, of course not if they're doing like that, then it doesn't matter, then they can just, you know, but if they've come to a point where they maybe take it a little bit more serious, and they do a little bit more in-depth work, then I think it's worth it to give them something that is a little bit better, so that they also feel that accomplishment of getting a nice result, because that will also make them like it more, and have a more inclination to work on it. So, but any material can be good if the person knows how to work it. It doesn't have to be expensive in order to be good. And it's just trying out different ones, and you'll find something that works for you. and for your wallet as well. So it doesn't have to be pricey because they're cheap markers and cheap materials that are also good. It's just finding them, finding the good ones in the jungle of all the materials out there, because it is a jungle. There's so much out there. There's also a lot of stuff that's expensive out there that isn't that good, so it really is a jungle, this market of materials, where it's always good to, if you see something, maybe research it, look on YouTube or anywhere else if there's some reviews or unboxing or trying out of it from somebody who is not, so that you can have a chance to sort of form an opinion. That's always a good thing to do, because there are so many, and especially after the whole color craze came, there's so many trying to make a quick buck on selling materials, especially on selling materials, because a lot of the materials are very pricey. And a lot of these materials, a lot of these colored pencils that go with all kind of different names and different designs, and they're actually the same, they're made the same place, and that place just also makes different packaging for the different companies, but essentially what's inside the box is the same. So, there's probably a lot of people who have different boxes, the colors, where it actually, the contents of those boxes are literally the same, of the same line. They just got a different design on them, a different branding. So it's a jungle out there. So do research a bit on the different materials, and try to see if they're any good first. And that's why something like, like Derwent, Faber-Castell, Caran d'Ache, Lyra, there's a lot of different brands that have been around. Cobic, Sharpies, all these older brands that have been around for a long time, that are very trusted brands, but also brands that have developed their inks and their components for years and years. So it's not just, it's not out of nothing that they are pricier and trusted as art material, because they've been used for so long. No, I don't think so either. Your dad is a Grinch too. Yeah. Exactly. Victoria's also very careful when she's using some of mine. She gets to use the Tiger markers and the Margot Raffine pencils. Because the Margot Raffine pencils were really cheap, and I'm okay if something should happen. And they're good. They're good. At the price, they are awesome. I think it's a very good quality compared to the price of them, the Margot Raffines. So that's one thing that I think is good compared to price. You also have to shop around, because sometimes they're cheaper than others, other times, and they're on offer, and there's different things where you can get them. And I got mine very cheap. And it's a set of 72, and they just function. They're really good, and that's sort of, it's nice to have material like that works and does what it's supposed to. and it's not too overpriced. I don't have Crayola because it's not like really something that I can find here. I've never seen them in the shops. Probably they have them in the toy stores. I think they have Crayola, but I never really bought any. So I think they have them in some toy shops. Maybe they even have them other places. I just don't go very much to anywhere. So maybe they do. Maybe it's just me. I don't see everything. But that's also an old brand, Crayola. I mean, they've been around for ages and ages, so that's also kind of a trusted brand. No, it's annoying that they don't on live videos, because it would be nice, you know, if you could post pictures of what you were doing or where you were in the drawing or something like that. It could be a fun interaction. So this is the last one here. It's gonna be pretty. We'll finish off some sections. It's also very pretty blue. But we are like getting closer and closer to having a full dress of awesome colors. It's a lot of spaces in this one, really a lot. It's a very intricate. But it's not difficult. I mean, it's not a difficult one to color, I think. Because I would say so. I drew it. So I don't really ever think that any is that difficult. For me, the most difficult for me to color of my own is Emmanuel. That's really difficult, I think. You have to be a different kind of colorist than I am. To color it, I think. I have colored some. And they do look great. But, you know, I've seen people who color them way, way better than me. So definitely it's not the ones that I can color the best. I think mine that I color best is the mandalas and Weirdie's. I do like coloring those, and that's probably also because of my way of seeing my color scheme, and I do like the patterns. I like full patterns. But, you know, in the smaller book, the one that's 6x6, that size I like, because otherwise it gets too repetitive for me. So yeah, I like that size to work on. When it comes to like full page patterns, then 6x6 inches is quite good for me. It's not too big, and you can play with it. And I also like the tiny ones I made. They're really cute, and they're great to bring along. Even in the smallest handbag, you can still have them, because they're only like 4x6 inches, and there's 50 drawings in them. So it's just tiny, little tiny thingies. I don't know if you've seen them, but they're cute. Little tiny things. And that reminds me that I wanted to do some tiny ones for Easter, some tiny egg book with a, maybe, you know, like, I don't know, maybe do a couple of different ones. Tiny egg books. I've already prepared quite a lot, so I just have to sort of find the time to finish up. So this goes here, right next to her cute little face, with her big bold eyebrows. The brow lady with the long lashes. Sleeping Beauty. And this one continues here. It's a flow there. That's good. It flows well into the next section. I still have those two to consider. I'm still undecided on what's gonna happen there. So we'll see. When I get there, we'll see it. See what it happens. Which colors I will decide on. The Crayolas, yeah. But then you'll have to let us know what you think about them, how they're working for you, Julie. Oh, that's great. When you have visitors, yeah. Sorry. Aqua and Intense. Yeah, I have Intense too. Yeah, yeah. Vero has colored in Imagine World so awesomely. I mean, that's like raw out there. And Lawrence. And yeah, there's some who have really, I mean, when I see their pieces from the Magic World, I'm just so impressed, and it's just so awesome. But that is definitely, Magic World is not for everyone. I think I would be, you know, I love drawing the Magic World drawings. I love drawing them. I love coming up with them. It's this crazy, wacky feel and animals and everything, and I think they're absolutely beautiful. But it's difficult for me to color them. It's not easy at all. And I do like, you know, where there's an easy flow to coloring. But, you know, I think also Imagine World, those drawings, I would also rather have to do in a large scale with paints. That's probably would be my preference. Oh, you're working on supper. What are you having for supper? What are you having for supper, Kat? It's been a while since I had those pancakes. I could eat something again, but it's too late for that. I wish I had some like easy soup that I could just heat up. You know, like a can of asparagus soup or something like that. That would be really lovely. I could do with that now. Yeah, I could really do with a bowl of hot soup. Really, or like, you know, like a steaming hot coconut soup, like Taiwan. That would probably be great for my cold. I think so. I think that would be. It's amazing that I'm yawning and I'm feeling tired. That's not my normal. And I even like slept for 2 hours before. So yeah, definitely it's sitting in me. You know, my boyfriend said he's been having a cold for 2 weeks. So He didn't say that on Saturday. But he said he said it in the phone. That he was feeling better, but now it's bad again. So yeah. Chicken. Oh, that sounds lovely. Oh, that sounds really awesome. Coconut soup. There's like one that's called Tunga Kung. It's a Thai soup, and you can either have you can have it with the Tunga Kung is with the shrimps. You can also have another variation. I don't remember what it's called, where it's chicken, and then there's lots of spices in there, coriander, and there's coconut, and definitely huge amounts of chili and ginger and garlic, and it's very spicy, and it just sort of, you can, when you eat it, you get sweaty, very sweaty, but you can sort of feel it like burning out all the bacteria if you're sick. It's a really good cold soup. Well, if you have a cold, it's a hot soup, but it's good for colds. Definitely good for colds. I could eat up one of those, and then it's creamy because it's with the coconut milk. You can also get a variation where it's just clear, where there's no coconut milk in. But I like the creamy one with the coconut milk. It's a very delicious Thai soup. I like spicy food also. I like all kinds of food, but definitely I do like Thai a lot. I do cook also Thai food, but yeah, lately I don't because there's nobody here who will eat it. I can cook a Penang curry. Victoria will eat that, and that's spicy too, but that's more like an Indian dish than it's a Thai dish. But I do like Thai food. I like the spices. But you definitely have to like the spices in order to be able to eat that. So now that's the full second round of our colors are on. So yeah, she's definitely got a lot of space to color this one. I'm looking forward to seeing how you guys have colored her. It would be interesting to see how everyone's turn out. I'm still uncertain about this. Yeah, I might do something crazy. I don't know. You see, this is the yellow. I'm thinking, just give me a minute. I'm thinking that I'm gonna go here, just in the middle here, like that. And then I'm gonna go like a little blob here, and a little blob here, and a little blob here, and a little blob here. It's not gonna be exact, I'm gonna go a little blob there, a little blob here, and then a little blob in here, a little blob in here, and here, and here. Yeah, so that's kind of started. And then we're just gonna go on with the next. And we'll see how it develops through this. Just sort of blending them in. Touching over the one before, and then we'll see if we'll have a lovely effect on these ribbons. I'm hoping that will look cool. So I'm hoping that that will be a neat effect. But soon we'll be done with this part of the dress. So it's time that we got started on those ribbons. I did have another idea of using black, but then I thought, well, it might be too harsh and too out of keep with the rest of the style of this dress that she's wearing. So I'm thinking that this might be a fun way of drawing it down a little bit. I mean, it doesn't have to be exact. It's just sort of getting that little effect here. So yeah, that's how I'm gonna play out this ribbon. And we'll see if that looks good. So almost we're over 3 hours now. So let's see. I knew she was going to take a long time, so it's good that I got started early on her, because that's she's a biggie one. Yeah, it will have to be the daylight. I'm looking forward to seeing you tackle an imaginable. I really look forward to seeing your result. Yeah. I also like Indian. I like most cuisines, you know. I like to try out different things. So I'm always open. And I do like, when I cook, you could call it like, I don't know, it's fusion food, because I do use inspiration and influences from a lot of different kitchen styles. So it's like going around the world in a plate a bit. I think that's nice to pick up inspiration from different ways of cooking in different countries, and then mix it up a bit. I've mixed up a lot Japanese and Thai with the French inspiration, and that always, you know, like turns out pretty awesome, I think. Mexican. You know, there's a lot of different things to be had and experienced and to experiment with. Experiment. That's the key. Experimenting. I like that. So let's see what we got going here. I think that's going to be looking pretty cool. Yeah, I like this. This is nice, funny result. I think we'll get a funny result there. But it'll fit in the keeping of the dress, so probably won't pass all the cutters because there won't be room for that, but I'll definitely pass some of them. All shades of purple. Oh, that sounds awesome. I like that. Yeah, I go yellow, orange, red. Then I go pink, pinkish, magenta, purple. Then I go into the blues. Then I go into turquoise. Then I go into greens, and I end up with the lightest green so that I can go back to yellow. That's sort of the sequence of colors that I use when I'm doing my rainbow sequence. Then it's like that order. And yeah, then it depends if it's just basic or in between. If it's basic, it's like this order, like here. You can see it here in this. This is a basic, you know, yellow, orange, red, pink, purple, blue, turquoise, green, and light green. And then you go back, boom. So, and then in between I have a shades if I'm using it. So that's sort of my sequence when I'm doing rainbow. Because it's important that it's the lightest green in the end, so that you can sort of fit it together with the transitioning into the yellow again. And just yeah. Sometimes I'll use browns, and then it will change up the sequence, you know, the way it goes. But this, for instance, what I'm doing on the ribbon, this is ideal to do with the colored pencils, where you can sort of blend them well together. You could also blend this, but I'm not blending it. I'm just sort of letting it flow into each other and take it from there. We'll see how it turns out. I do touch over the previous color a bit, but that's not the same as really blending it. But I think it will still have a lovely effect. Yeah. I think it's going to be a beautiful, beautiful, beautiful color piece that we're going to end up with here. I'm very happy with her, and I'm happy that I chose these markers for her, because I think she they do her justice. You know, they're beautiful, and they fit really well with this huge dress, and the colors are just very pretty for her. So tomorrow is going to be a shorter one, because that is not so big. So that will be a shorter Weirdie. This one was huge today. And I think the one for the 17th is quite large too. I'll show you a bit before we finish off, before we are done with the video. I'll show you the one for the 17th, so that you can remember, go get it. See here, I just forgot a little bit of the dark red here. Didn't get that in, so that's there now. So it's just a little bit going in there. And then we have the pink here, pink here, pink there, pink here, pink there, pinky there, and everywhere. So we're touching up here. It's shaping up pretty well, I think. Sorry, I am snorting, very snorting. So yeah, this is looking good. I'm happy with it so far. I mean, she's looking very, very nice, very radiant. Looking good. Mr. Chubby Cheeks, he wasn't easy. He was a bit of a joker. I think, yeah, you know, I have really good light because I have a big light in the overhead, but here I'm sitting with 4 spots down on the paper, so I probably have a better light than even daylight would be, because of the video. Um, because of the video, I need a good spotlight. Well, I have 4 spotlights, so that really helps a lot. So I don't have any problems with the light, because I have such heavy lighting on. I was so happy when I found them because I was like, oh, shit, I don't know what to do with the light. And then in the secondhand shop, yep, that's my savior always. You know, I go by there as often as I can just to check out what they have. And then those little things on my wish list in my head, slowly but surely, you know, little by little, they do appear at some point. So that helps a lot. And I got all 4 spotlights for like 20 kronas. So that was a good bargain. And you just go and put them up. And they're great. They have that little that you can screw them on. So, and I have this IKEA thing on my wall that is meant for the kitchen to hang stuff on in the kitchen. But I have like a wall system with these hooks and these things to hang things in the kitchen on. So I have everything like organized on that wall. But not everything, but I have a lot of things that are organized there, so I can sort of like put it on there. So that is really nice. When I found those, that helped a lot. I think I already did that, but now it's just going to be a bigger section. Too bad, Maria. You forget what you're doing. Focus and concentrate and do your thing. So yeah, so I got a little bit extra of that one color because I sort of got mixed up in talking about my lights. These things happen, but only to the best of us. Only to the best of us, you know. I'm a little bit ahead on that one, so I'll just make this section a little bit longer here. And I'll do that one up here, I didn't. So that is coming. You got it coming. Yeah, it coming. So this is shaping up here. It's very nice. I'm having a good time with it. I think I can even feel it like in my ears when I'm stuffed. Yeah, definitely. I'm gonna have to drink something hot. Maybe I'll see if I can make a soup anyways, you know, maybe I have something in the freezer. I'm hoping that I have something in the freezer that I could just heat up. I think a warm soup and then to bed would maybe, you know, be good to sweat a bit. It's looking awesome. Yeah, I think those ribbons are good. They're making a nice effect. So that's a good thing. I did that. I'm still not on for the face, which is a weirdie. So the face could be almost anything. I think I'm gonna snap this up here because I don't want that light purple in the end. So I'm just gonna make the section of the darker purple bigger in order to not have that light purple there, because I'm a little bit contemplating her face in the light purple, just to avoid the nudes. Yeah, I think this is good. Also, it gives a good finish line here. Yeah, I like that. So let's see, that's nice. Here it might be a little bit, yeah, well, I think I'm going to go for the same because I did it up there. So I think it should be continuous, because then you can imagine on the back side of the dress, it would be the rest of the colors continuing. And it gives a good contrast here to the yellow and orange. It's very nice colors next to each other. That will make that yellow glow more, I think, in the finished result. Yeah, I think so. It gives a good closing off of this ribbon. I do like this purple a lot, so it's a good purple. That's a nice finish for that. So light blue now, baby blue. Hi Felicia, nice to see you. Yes, so she could be a geisha girl. There's a lot of people who mention that they think she looks a little bit like a geisha, and she could be that. She's a weirdie, but she does look geisha-like. She's got some geisha over her with the eyes, and it's definitely something there. So this is pretty much it. Now there's only that face left. So what are we going to do on that face? I want to see which nudes they have in the set. We do have some here. I think she needs a very light. This is light skin. So I'm going to try to do some light skin color on her. You know I hate skin colors. But, you know, just a little bit. And then we can accentuate her a bit on the facial. Let's see here. This is very lightly. And, do like a little bit extra down here. I hate skin colors. I really don't like them. But it did help a little bit, you know. Maybe she will be a little bit more white and powdery in her face. I don't know. So I'm doing skin on her, even though that I probably would have preferred to make her face purple or blue or something like that, but I thought that I was just gonna try it. Maybe I'll regret it. Not going all over on the over the eyes here, because I want to maybe add something here and there a little bit. Maybe she needs a slight touch of makeup, just a little bit, just to give the face a little bit more. And I'm also being very light-handed with this one. You can almost not even see it when you're coloring with it because it's so light. But you do see it against the white background that you have something on there. So it's not totally, it's not a wasted effort. So yeah, she got a little bit of facial tone now. Yeah, I think I'm gonna try to see if there's a light pink. That's hard to get, sort of. It's not really a light pink, is it? Don't like this one. It's too dark, I think. I think I'll just go for the little bit darker skin color here, and then make a little bit here. Just a little bit. I don't know if it's gonna help or do anything. Yeah, I can see it, so, but just a little bit here. It's just to give her a little bit more like depth. Definitely not great at skin. It's not like one of the things that I've sort of, so it's just getting a little bit here to get a little bit darker there. So that's sort of phased on. I know it could be way better, but then I think I'm gonna go for that purple up here with her. A little bit of makeup here. So, yeah, I'm not great at that either. Don't know if I'm happy with it, but it'll just have to do. Maybe I'll throw in a little bit of the blue, just to give it a little bit more. Baby blue, of course, so that those from there, sort of a little bit here. So we'll just mix it in on top of the other one. So that's it. She's got a slight bit of makeup, a slight bit of drama going on in her face. Then maybe make her little mouth blood red here. So no longer open, now it's closed. And that's what I'm gonna do with her. She's done. I don't do a lot on the skin. I mean, this is really, I mean, even when you see it close, it's maybe a little bit clumsy, I don't know. But I just use 2 different skin tones, the lightest one and the darkest one. As you can see, I put a little bit here on the cheek of the darkest one, a little bit here and a little bit here just to accentuate, and a little bit here. And then the makeup. And that's sort of it for her. So I think, you know, very mild makeup, but you know, it helps that this makeup is those 2 light colors down here, I think. It sort of helps bring her out fully. And this was a big one. And let me see, this is the one for tomorrow. This one is the one for tomorrow. That can either be like that, or we can go like that. If it's like that, I see another girly. So it's sort of up to you guys. That's for tomorrow. I'm just going to show you the one from the 17th that I put in paper today. Somebody put all the markers on my drawings again. Yeah. Oh, I cut them out. I will have to remove my papers, I think. So this is the one for the 17th. That's a lot of space too. So tomorrow a short one, and on the 17th is probably going to be a long one again. So that's 17th for you. So that is, now we had a little preview of our next 2 days on Color Weirdie Day. And please check out the video I made to celebrate the first 2 weeks of Color Weirdie Day. It's pretty awesome. And most of you have colored drawings in there. So, oh, hi Michelle, nice to see you. So yeah, that's it for today. And that was like 3.5 hours of video time. So we had quite a long one, and I'll be changing the banners up. I'll be downloading this, and I'll be hopefully finding some soup in the freezer if I'm lucky, and try to chase that cold out of my system. And I'll see you guys tomorrow. Have a nice evening, and yeah, see you. I'll be putting this up in the album once I've scanned it and everything, so you can see it a little bit up closer if you want and open it. So bye-bye, and thank you for tonight. It was lovely to spend the evening with you, and see you tomorrow for another round of the Weirdies. And remember, the link to the new Weirdie I put up is on my page and on the Color Weirdie Day group, and the link to this one is in the description of the video, and you can go grab it and play. So bye bye, have a great evening, bye.